Hey guys, Ognajteff here, and welcome back to another episode of our Road to the Old Kingdom. And the secret project that I've mentioned a couple times now has been completed. With a lot of extra stupid mistakes along the way. So, let me just tell you a little bit about how I got here. So, first things first, I spent a couple hours gathering ender pearls and other materials from the nether. So, first it was the ender pearls from the enderman in the forest just outside, and then inside the fortress, which was right next across the river, it was these blazes. So, I chopped them up into little pieces in an epic battle that was actually visible this time. Unfortunately, one spawned on top of me, one set me on fire, and, well, my health was low, and yeah, I died. So, with that in mind, we moved on to the potions. So I added some nether wart here to create some awkward potions. Then I added some glistening melon to turn them into health potions. After that, add some glowstone, and then finally some gunpowder. And then you get the beautiful, the throwable health potion splashes. So, splash potion. That's what they're called. Ugh. After that was a quick enchanting session, grabbed up a few materials, and made sure all my armor and my sword was enchanted. And then it was just off to find the actual fortress itself. And then I'd follow the... Wait, they can do that? Okay, so the wiki says it's a 20% chance you'll just lose your ender pearl. So that's totally never going to happen again, right? Okay, so after following the ender pearls all the way to this location... hopefully I still have enough, I can go back and start digging under the ground, and then mining, and then crawling through dirt, stone, until I finally find a cave exit. So this little area, I explore around a bit, found a few things, but nothing that can actively help me in the nether, or not the nether, the end. So I continue digging down a little bit more in hopes that the fortress is still lower, and that's when I find a place I've already been. However, I know this isn't the place. I'm going to continue digging down. Hopefully, it's even lower than this. I don't know what the new spawn rates are for these fortresses since the update. And that's when I find these. So, taking advantage of the fact that we're in a fortress now, I'm going to go grab a couple books from the library. I'm going to go grab a few other supplies from various bits and bobs around the place. Find a golden apple in this chest over there. And, well, with the exception of silverfish, this place was actually mostly quite clear. So I kill the silverfish, I loot around a little bit, and that's when I turn to go to the portal room. And then I make the most horrific discovery. I'm short 2 pearls. You know, the ones I lost by finding this place. Oh god, no, die. Nope, stay away from me. Okay, you do that. Alright, so I prepared myself to go back to the nether to farm more ender pearls from the enderman. And then a few more blaze rods just to be sure. And then I was finally back in the fortress, ready and willing, stealing my soul and everything else to enter the end. Alright, with the recap out of the way, I guess there's nothing else to do except prepare for the worst. Alright. Here we go. Oh. Oh, man. I should probably be doing this faster. Let's just sneak under a little bit. Get ourselves a bit of a base of operations while the Ender Dragon circles overhead. Okay. There we go, get our bonuses. Let us begin. Okay, it's good to know he's already pissed off all the other Endermen. Oh, I forgot to grab... Oh, I can't get the one achievement. Oops. Why is it flying everywhere? Okay, apparently I just can't hit for beans. There we go. Let's just keep getting water down. Also, while I'm at it. Okay. And sunk underneath the ground again. He's a digging flying dragon. Okay. Come on. Oh, Lord. Yes! Yes! I think this is my first solo win against the dragon. Nice! Oh! Dragon egg. I didn't bring pistons or anything to actually grab it, so it's staying there, I guess. Oh, look at all these levels that I'm gonna lose the instant I go back to the regular world and find the first skeleton. Oh, there we go. And no deaths, too. Yes! Okay. Now the hard part. Well. I didn't think this through. Because... did any end portals open up around the area? There they are. Except I didn't bring an ender chest. Oh no. But I do have that silk touch book that I got from the library, which means I can, well, maybe not this one, but get a diamond pickaxe to do that. Okay, yeah, that works. Well then. Whoop. And there we have it! One long cutscene later, we are back home, which means I have to crawl all the way back over there in order to... oh. Oh well. I think I've earned rather, some rest for this evening. Let's see. That brings us on to part 2 of our end raid. Which means I better start heading back once I build my ender chest, which requires obsidian, which I don't have. Well then. Be right back. Here we go. I actually have some things this time. Let's jump back in and find ourselves one of the portals and gather this as well, because one thing I didn't bring was construction materials. Alright, let's see. Ah, there's one. Are there any others? Did I only get one spawn? Huh. Pardon me, sir. Let's just grab up some extra here, because this is definitely not going to be enough to reach that. Okay. Should have brought a bucket of water. Whoops. Alright, here's hoping I don't take a massive tumble. Which is certainly possible now that I think about it. Okay. And then finally, boom. Oh, I was hoping for a bit of a bigger platform, I'll be honest. Well, it's a good thing I have some spare wood. Guess I'm going this way. Wait, is that one right there? Yes! Okay. I literally just muted to move. Oh, it's just a single tower. But hey, if I can get some shulker shells, that's all I'm really here for this episode. I can always come back at a later time to grab more stuff. Shulker chest, shulker chest, shulker chest. This is actually what I'm looking for, because this is going to be the last episode for Naqada. There they are. Where did they go? So one there, and one there. Oh, where'd you go? Not here, that's for sure. Ow. Is he on the outside of the building? He's on the outside, isn't he? Oh, that's annoying. There he is. Wait, there's another one? Somewhere. Oh! Ow. Come on, please. Thank you. Huh. I'm taking these. Alright. Well then. Alright, I guess we're gonna keep moving then. Let's see, I came from, yeah, that way. So, this way, I guess. Alright, city number 2. Whoop, and that's another shulker shell. I think I have 2 already, which is enough for 1. Come on. Okay, that's another chest right there. At this point, it's all just about getting as much loot as I can get. Ah, crud. Ow. Also, I'm running low on food, so I've been out here for like an hour now, and this is the second city I've come across, so progress is slow. Oh, thanks. I guess. Wait, is that it? Is that it? Huh. I have enough iron, I can make another shield. Alright, guys. Well... say goodbye to 62 levels. And an end chest. Oof. Well... Yep. There we go. And if I were just so happen to go downstairs... oh, look! There we go, and... one. I'm gonna have to stock up on some supplies before I finish this episode, but... that'll be later me's problem. Because for now, we've got ourselves... there we go. And this will make the transfer of all of our stuff so much easier. They can go in there for now. Yeah, I'll just leave it. Actually, no, I won't. Boop. There. Now I'll leave the rest in there for now. Okay, so that's our end run done, or at least a first little mini one. We've defeated the dragon. We've got ourselves some shulker boxes for, technically speaking, the in-between of this episode and next episode. And now I guess it's just the last part, which is finishing off the village itself. So, over the first few episodes, we completed this half the village, and now we're just going to finish up here. So, we've already done sort of, well, not half, this is less than half, but we've done a portion of... oh, this house still needs to be finished. But we still have a portion of the village done over here, and it's just mirroring it over here and extending it down to over here. So, with Nicole still not here just yet, what say we start doing some progress updates, eh? In 3, a 2, and 1. Huh, I seem to have been surrounded. There we go. So, with this, the majority of the village is done. I've even gone around and added a couple incidental trees. But just a quick show off here. We got a couple just normal houses, but we also have this here. This is going to represent our barracks / fire depot. Basically, these are the guys who protect the village. I mentioned security in the first building video, but I never actually did the thing I was going to do, which was this fire watchtower. So now we have something that could watch for fires and or foreign invaders. So, So there we go. And of course, this is where the men, be they firefighter or prefect or whatever, police, village guards, however you'd like to call them, this is where they'd stay, and that's where you'd keep your water buckets and make sure you're able to put out fires. So that's that building there. A few more houses. We got a very stubby obelisk. It turns out this base is great. That's not so much. Yeah. I'll work on obelisks a little later. A few more housing. We got a nice little park here in front of the temple. That's supposed to coincide with that obelisk. And then over here is going to be the final building, which I thought I'd build just a little bit live for you. So, let us begin. Also, speaking of doing things, I was doing the buildings here, and this is when our friends decided to say hello again. So, really quickly, roll clip. Welcome back, welcome back. Oh, I forgot my flooring. There we go, flooring. I didn't forget anything. You forgot everything. Mature, I know. Anyway, continuing on with our last little build here. Let's just talk a little bit about Naqada. So, over the course of the last few episodes, I've been talking about farming, I've been talking about cultural development, I've been talking about all these different things that revolved around Naqada itself. However, Naqada was not the only Egyptian culture. Naqada 1 was specifically a small area around the bend in the Nile just north of the cataracts. However, Naqada 2 would basically refer to an area across almost the entire Nile minus the Delta, and then Naqada 3 was the entirety of Egypt, including the Delta region. So as such, there's a lot of cultural overlap, but saying that, there is a very distinct problem. That is, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt have different lineages. So we can trace the development of Naqada culture directly to the rise of Egypt. However, we can't do the same with the Lower Egyptian culture. It is actually a far more difficult task on account that it is a lot easier to account for the one we know for a fact expanded across the whole of the Nile Valley than it is for the one that we know for a fact ended up being a bit of a cultural dead end. And that isn't to say it was an inferior culture, just that it ended up getting sort of superseded by a larger group. So the next city we are building will represent this Lower Egyptian culture, rather than another Upper Egyptian city. Which is why this sort of transition from this area, which is supposed to represent the earliest hotbed of Egypt, came first, and then the second city we're building will be Buto, which will represent a city of a slightly different culture, parallel with, but not exactly the same as, this Naqada culture. So Naqada itself, we know, was a very strong and wealthy cultural city that would be its own independent city-state. However, it would eventually fall under the sway of the kings of the Thinite Confederacy, namely the pharaoh known as Scorpion. So this period that we're building represents the pre-dynastic Egypt, or the period before the pharaohs rose to power. Now this is important because this was a very long period of time with various degrees of different cultural identities being forged at the same time. As such, Naqada itself is representative of this early period. It wasn't the only city-state in operation, and in fact, it would actually be one of the city-states that would lose. However, just because it would end up becoming a subsidiary of a larger kingdom, it doesn't mean that the state itself was not worth building or checking out or studying. In fact, actually, this has been a very interesting run for me, going through this very ancient culture. And with this final house, the village is complete. The city of Set, the city of gold, the city of Naqada, the first Egyptian city, is complete. From here, Egyptian culture under the Naqada banner would expand across the entirety of the Nile Valley and start to gain influence over the next over the next 1,000 years into Lower Egypt, and eventually unite the kingdoms under the Thinite Confederacy. Although Naqada itself would not be the kingdom that would unify Egypt, it would be one of the founding states that would lead to that kingdom. So with all of that said, let me find a nice little perch and we can sort of view what we've built. And there we have it. The entirety of the village of Naqada is done. We have the old village on one side, and then we have the temple village on the other side. There we go. You even can see the mastaba in the background. So with all of that, I'd like to thank all of you for joining me on this first part of our series as we go down through the ages until we've built up the Great Pyramids at Giza and founded the Old Kingdom. So, next time we will be heading out to Buto, as I've said, and thankfully I have some shulker chests that will make travel so much easier. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Ognajteff, and I will see you guys all next time on our road to the Old Kingdom. Part 2, the city of Per-Wadjet, also known as Buto. I will see you guys then.